1 in 5 young Americans thinks that the Holocaust is a myth. If you want to understand some of the underpinnings of the anti-Semitism that we're seeing, it's really important to understand this. 1 in 5 young Americans thinks the Holocaust is a myth. Our new poll makes alarming reading. This is from The Economist, which did this poll. And some of the questions they asked are right here. The Holocaust is a myth. 20% of those 18 to 29 believe that it is. And roughly 25% of those 18 to 29 believe that it is exaggerated. As you can see, the older one is in the United States, the less likely one is to believe that the Holocaust is a myth, which makes sense because the older you are, the closer you are either yourself or to people who were directly victimized by the Holocaust, or potentially could have been on either side of it. But the point is, the further we seem to get age-wise, the more likely it is that someone will fall for the idea that the Holocaust is a myth. Now, if you actually look at the full breakdown of the answers from this poll, only 51% of those 18 to 29 disagree that the Holocaust is a myth. So the way the numbers break down is you've got 51% that say it definitely wasn't a myth. 20% say it was a myth. That leaves 29% who aren't sure. They're not totally sure. It probably isn't a myth, but maybe it is. So between 20 and 49% of 18 to 29-year-olds think either that the Holocaust was a myth or might have been, or they're not sure. This is about so much more than just growing anti-Semitism. This is also about the degree to which widely documented history stops mattering when you can propagandize individuals in the way that we are seeing them propagandized with so many of the social platforms that are out there. You know, Dwight D. Eisenhower famously said, record it all, get it all on film, get the concentration camps on film, get the victims stacked up, get all of it on film. He didn't say it. It's often misattributed to he expected there to be Holocaust denial in the future. That's not why that quote is attributed to him. It's not believed that Dwight D. Eisenhower was saying record all of it because in the future people might deny it. He was saying record all of it because we're going to need all of it for the Nuremberg trials. Record all of it so that we can actually hold people accountable. But it turns out that it was needed for more reasons than just that. Now, I assume that people will immediately react to this story by saying, oh, this is the left's fault because of left-wing anti-Semitism, or this is the right's fault because of right-wing anti-Semitism. The reality is that this is bigger than that. This is the American educational system. This is about giving young people unrestricted social media access to platforms where you see a lot of this stuff pushed, for which we have to be looking at parenting. This is about the pre-existing anti-Semitism that exists among the right. It also exists among the left. I've been calling it out on the program for more than a decade. But the saddest part of all of this is that if you look, I'm not talking about extreme enclaves on the internet. I'm just saying, if you look at stories about this poll on Twitter, on Reddit, and you look through the comments, you will find a disturbing amount of anti-Semitism in the responses and glee. People saying, good, it was a myth. Finally, our young people are going to figure that out, or they are figuring it out. So if you want to understand why this is happening, if you want to understand why this persists, just look at the comments online. In fact, once we post this segment to YouTube, look at the comments on this video on YouTube, and you will very quickly understand the disastrous nature of what's going on here. We'll have the polling. We'll put it up visually on our YouTube channel, TikTok, Instagram, all of our platforms. Sad, yes. Disturbing, scary for sure. And the question is, where does this go? What impact does this have? I think to some degree we're seeing it.